You definitely do not want to make the mistake of plugging this particular cable into your computer, because not only does it have the ability to hijack your devices, it also has the ability to steal your personal information along with your username and password. So stick around as we look at this particular piece of attack hardware. This is what we call attack hardware, and believe it or not, this is a one-to-one copy of the original iPhone cable. What's crazy about this is that outside the technology built into this that allows us to charge our phone and transmit information from the computer to our device, this actually has technology built in to not only steal our information, but actually has the ability to deliver payloads that can cause harm to our computer. And the truth of the matter is that this is a real threat today to many organizations because of the fact that it is so readily available and it is actually at a very affordable price. Now, this particular cable does come from a legitimate company who sells this to individuals that are looking to build their own robust security, companies that are looking to test their security, and also to law enforcement so they're able to track down and also spy on criminals. So one of the first things that you can do with this cable is you can actually deliver a harmful payload to somebody's computer and actually control it wirelessly, because this device actually has a wireless radio built into it, which allows you to essentially control this from almost anywhere. Now, to better illustrate this, I'm going to go ahead and show you how this can be set up to deliver a malicious payload to this computer while controlling it through the iPhone application. So this is the OMG payload interface. So all I need to do here is type out a certain command that'll allow me to set this up. So if you look at the lower left-hand corner of the screen, those are the keystrokes that are being injected now, and the machine is being infected with malware. And so now that attacker has control over that person's computer and their data. It's pretty crazy. And what I find is the most dangerous thing about these is just how inconspicuous this really is. You can put this into a public place, say like an airport terminal, or put into a place of business, and nobody would ever know that they were actually being attacked. So the other thing about this cable, which is pretty interesting, is the fact that it actually has a built-in keylogger, which means if this cable is plugged into this computer, it has the ability to capture every single keystroke that I would put into this computer. And that could be used to steal things like your login information, your passwords, along with banking information, which then you can use to go on and make your own online purchases. It's pretty amazing what this can do. And the last thing about this, which I think is just absolutely nuts and straight out of a James Bond film, is the fact that this actually has the ability to self-destruct.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Jim.
No, it doesn't actually go and blow up, but what it does have the ability to do is that remotely through the app that this is tied to wirelessly, you have the ability to put in a command that will allow you to actually sever the connection of this device. And why would you want something like that? This potentially could actually lead a trail that goes back to the original attacker. So with the self-destruct feature, this leads the end user who's using the cable to think that they actually just broke it themselves and just throw it away. So with cables that are so easily accessible, just like this one, how is it that we can protect ourselves from stuff like this? Well, I would start with, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you are using your own cables and making sure that you're not sharing any cables from anybody. You definitely don't want to be picking up an iPhone cable that you found randomly, say in an airport terminal or some other public place, or just lying around somewhere in the office. And if you ever found yourself coming home with a cable that looked a little different or you just weren't sure of, it's probably best to go ahead and throw that cable away and making sure that you update your username and password. Now, one other thing that you can do, and honestly I think is a little funny, is the fact that this same company that sells this cable actually sells a detector that you can use to identify these cables if they're ever used on your computer. So if you like what you saw here today and you'd like to know more, feel free to reach out to us on our website at grittechs.com. That is all I have for today, and I will see you next time.